I'm showing you how to make gnocchi in less than 5 minutes. Don't waste your time and money at the shop buying those pre-made gnocchi. This is fresh and everyone can make it. Ingredients: 500 grams of fresh ricotta. Please don't use the creamy ricotta from the tubs. Try to use fresh ricotta, please. 300 grams of 00 flour. Yes, you can use all-purpose flour, but 00 flour is perfect for pasta and gnocchi. 1 egg, 4 tablespoons of grated Pecorino Romano. We're also going to use 1 lemon. I am not using any salt because pecorino and ricotta are already salty. But if you want the extra salt, up to you. First thing we do, we put the ricotta in a bowl. You can use a fork or whatever you like, just to break the ricotta. So this is fresh ricotta. Can you see how it crumbles? That means it's a good ricotta. When you buy creamy ricottas from the tub, they're like creamy and they've got cream in it. They're not 100% ricottas. This is 100% ricotta. Now we break the egg. Now we want to get 4 generous tablespoons of pecorino. Just put it on the ricotta, don't put it on the egg yet. Mix the egg with everything else. Beautiful. We want to make sure the ingredients make love together. What the egg does, the egg keeps everything together. See how easy this is? What an easy process. Now at this point, they have more of a creamier texture. We can add the flour. So what we like to do, we add a little bit of flour at a time. Let's put half now. So now we mix. See the consistency? That's good. That's all we need. So at the moment, the first step is to make sure we combine the flour with our wet ingredients, kind of making everything drier, and try to start forming the dough. Can you see? Just want to start forming the dough. And we want the flour to be absorbed by the mix. Put a little bit more flour in. What I want to do now, I basically want to clean the bowl. Just want to clean it. Now what we do is we put some flour on the bench. You can use any countertops. Of course, timber is better, marble is great, but whatever you have at home you use. Make sure you put flour at the bottom, you put a mix on top, and whatever is left in here, we get it with the flour, just like that. Put flour in it. Nothing goes to waste. And now we start mixing by hands. So when you touch it first, it's going to be a little bit sticky. It's a little bit wet, but eventually we'll get there. So mix. See, look how soft it is. Mix, and then you go push forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Now rotate it and do the same thing. Forward, back, push forward, back. We want to make sure now that the dough absorbs the flour. So this is the movement I make. Let me tell you, the smell is beautiful. The smell of the ricotta and pecorino is beautiful. Look, if you're vegan, you can actually use vegan ricotta. I'm not sure about the pecorino. If you're vegan and you just use vegan ricotta, you don't use pecorino and you don't use eggs. If you're vegan, you can replace the egg with water. But can you see how the dough is absorbing all the flour? It's not as sticky as it used to be. Let's keep going a little bit more. Basically, I want to clean this top. Once this top is clean, I know I've finished, okay? At this point, I like to use a scraper, or you can just use a knife to collect everything that's stuck on the bench. Like I said, nothing goes to waste. But we have the dough, guys. We have it. We have it. Look at that. This recipe always worked, but sometimes the temperature got to do with the size of your eggs, the flour you use. So at the moment, this dough, it's a little bit too sticky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit more flour, not too much. On my hands, I don't want them to be sticky. And just a little bit more on the bench and on the dough. And hopefully this will be enough to get the dough I want to get. But we're going to be adding more flour later on. So if you need to add a little bit more flour, don't be scared. I prefer you to start with less flour, and then you add as you go. See, at the moment, I do need more flour. Okay, now you can't really work out this dough too much because you got ricotta in there. But basically what you want to be able to do is to touch it and you don't get sticky. You don't have sticky hands, okay? It is a little bit sticky, but not sticky. This is not a pizza dough, or it's not a normal pasta dough, so don't expect to make it dry, okay? What you want to achieve is to have a nice, silky, moist dough. You don't want this dough to leave residues on your hands. But see how it is now? It's good. So this is what I like to do. It's an easier way for me. Let's stretch this dough. So let's put some flour at the bottom. Use a rolling pin or use a bottle of wine if you don't have a rolling pin. Gently, not too hard, gently, we want to stretch this dough. Now rotate it this way. Again, gently stretch it. And again, rotate. And if you think you need some flour at the bottom, add more flours. When you get to ½ inch, you know you are good to go. But if it's a little bit bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. What we do now with a knife is to cut strips. So we can roll the gnocchi. I want you to notice how we are building the gluten as we speak. Can you see that? The gluten is getting built in there. Let's cut the strips about 1 inch wide. Of course, if it's bigger or smaller, it's still okay. It's very important it's not too hot in the room where you're making this, because you have ricotta, you have pecorino, and this could suffer when it's very hot. So have the air conditioning on, or maybe have a fan near where you are. All right, now we have to try and be quick, guys, because we don't really want them to get stuck. So this is what we do. Spread them around, put some flour on that so they don't get stuck. Now let's put some flour in the middle, and let's start with a small one, okay? So we press like that. Maybe too much flour, but that's okay. Don't worry if you use too much flour, because when you cook, the flour will go at the bottom of the pot. And we just create little snakes. I like to call them little snakes. Now get a tray. Put some baking paper on top. I love baking paper for fresh pastas. And we're gonna put the gnocchis on top of this paper. Now we cut the gnocchi. Honestly, the size is up to you. I like to have probably this size, these beautiful pillars. But if you make them a little bit longer, it's still okay. My grandmother makes them diagonal, like this. So a different shape you can play with. Avoid going too long because they don't become gnocchi. Some people like to make them small, and small is fine too. I would say this is my favorite size. See the size of my finger. Now we put our gnocchi on the baking paper. Again, we press on the sides, just like that. So the sides are a little bit sticky. Press, and then you start rolling. Start rolling from the middle, and then you choose one side. Let's say now we're focusing on this side. Then we focus on this side. Now the snake is extended, I can cut it, just like this. Here, I have about one portion for one person. Another way you can use to make it easier for you, you can cut this enough, put them next to each other, and then you cut them. That will save you some time. Something to consider, this is getting a little bit sticky because it's a bit warm here, and like I said before, this is made out of cheese, so the stickier it gets, the most difficult will be as well to work this gnocchi out. Okay? So use air conditioning and don't do this when it's too hot. It is very important that we always have flour on the gnocchi because we don't want them to get stuck. And the flour will actually go at the bottom of the pot when you cook them. But flour is your best friend right now, because if you don't do that, they get stuck together. Here I've got plenty of ricotta gnocchi to feed the family. If you want to make a big batch, you can double the amount of ingredients. You can cook all of it today, or you can use a portion as much as you want, and whatever is left, you can freeze them and they stay great in the freezer. So what you have to do is put a tray in the freezer. When they go hard, in about an hour or two, you transfer them into Ziploc bags. The reason why we do that is because if we put them in a Ziploc bag right now, and then in the freezer, they kind of get stuck together. You don't really want that. So you want to keep them individual. And once they're frozen, you can transfer them in a Ziploc bag. So when you cook them from frozen into the boiling hot water, you don't have a big stack of gnocchi. They're all individual and they cook perfectly. I think the perfect sauce for gnocchi is a beautiful basil tomato sauce. And I can show you how to make it. Go watch my video on YouTube, how to make an Italian basil tomato sauce. But you can also do other things. Today what I'm gonna do a butter, lemon and mint sauce. So what we do is we get butter, as much as you want, on a medium-low heat. Please don't rush it. We're gonna melt the butter. So what I like to do right now is to get the lemon zest with the butter. Of course you can use extra virgin olive oil. I do think the butter is probably the right ingredient to use, so it makes it a little bit more creamier, but you can use extra virgin olive oil. Now I like to add some mint that I like to break straight on it. Don't cut the mint with a knife. Just break it like this. Of course you can use basil, you can use parsley if you don't want to use mint, but I think mint really adds the beautiful, refreshing flavors. Add the lemon juice in the sauce. Extremely important that you add the lemon juice. See guys, it's ready. The sauce is ready, so it's time to cook the gnocchi. Come on, let's put this on the side and let's cook a gnocchi. So I've got a large pot with water and I added 1 tablespoon of sea salt. Now I'm going to cook gnocchi for 2 people and I'm gonna freeze the rest. So let's put some in. You put the gnocchi in and don't touch them. When they come to surface, see now, that's when you collect them. You know they are ready now when they come to surface, okay? So we collect them. The good thing is the excess flour that we use on the gnocchi all gone to the bottom of the pot. And the gnocchi are now ready to go in the sauce. Always try your gnocchi just to make sure they taste okay for you, for your taste. Beautiful. Please do not fry, do not burn your gnocchi in the pan. Please, I can't say that. That kills me because that's not Italian food, okay? That's not how you treat gnocchi, okay? Gnocchi are beautiful, soft pillars that they go in the sauce, make love with the sauce, and then you eat them and they melt in your mouth. All right, we have the sauce on a medium, low heat. We start adding the gnocchi in there. Now, if you have a little bit of pasta water going in with the gnocchi, that's okay. Now, let's make sure the gnocchi make love with the butter and lemon sauce. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. They are almost ready to be served. You want to toast them a little bit? You can toast them a little bit. If you don't know how to do it, don't worry about it. Now, let's switch off the stove. And we count to 10. While we count to 10, we add more mint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we add a generous amount of Pecorino Romano, just like that. Great. And final toss. Let's make it creamy. Let's try now this wonderful, cheesy, lemony, buttery ricotta gnocchi. The lemon flavor takes over your mouth. The pecorino cheese, ooh, the mint, oh yeah. And those beautiful, soft ricotta pillow. Oh, this is so yummy. This is perfect all year round. Beautiful, beautiful dish. What are you waiting for? Just make them right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. When you make these, let me know what you think of them. and let me know what sauce you like to serve your ricotta gnocchi with. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia! Yummy, lemony, creamy gnocchi.